In the frame? Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Gander of VATOCLAN here at MLG Columbus, and with me is Joshy. He's AskJoshy on YouTube. He does casting and media work for Complexity Gaming. Joshy, how you doing today?
I'm just great today. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. This is my first MLG, but this is not your first MLG. You were also at Dallas. Can you talk a little bit about your experience here at Columbus has different from that at Dallas?
Well, Complexity sends me out to all these events. This is just the second time that I've come to an MLG with Complexity. We've got a couple of our different players here this time, so it was interesting to see how FireZerg and Rise did specifically, just because this is their first MLG event. So basically I do a lot of coverage for Complexity, follow their players around. I'm staying with them at the hotel and everything, and yeah, just seeing the new guys, how far they've been able to go in the tournament. And Cruncher actually had his longest run in a Major League Gaming yet, so that was pretty exciting as well. He knocked off some great players like Kiwi Kaki, for example, this morning, and that was a pretty good surprise for Complexity. So just being able to hang out with the players and see how they're able to do, that's been a big difference. But other than that, I'm so busy doing interviews and running around, going to the media room all the time, and just trying to keep up with all the results and things. I haven't had much time to actually watch a lot of the games. I saw Idra versus MC, the very first match on the main stage, and really haven't seen a whole lot of full series since then. But that's just it's just the coverage, content creation type of life that you have here at Major League Gaming.
Yeah, it has definitely been hectic also for myself, running around trying to catch players and team managers and get people for interviews. I also watched that same game that you did, the Idra versus MC. I also took time out to watch Vibe versus TLO, and that was really good. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say the results, but that was a good game. If you're a fan of Vibe and TLO, you should check that out. Now, I also understand you do some casting too. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've got my YouTube channel, like you mentioned. That's youtube.com/AskJoshy, and I basically just self-started that, and eventually cast enough games. People started to take notice, got enough subscribers. Some people asked if they could sponsor a cast here and there, and then it just kind of grew out of that. And Complexity Gaming picked me up in January of this year because of Complexity Ryan, who is actually a pretty good Protoss player. And last year I stayed with him at a couple of the MLG events, just split a hotel room, and we became friends and stuff. And he basically told Complexity, his new team, that if they wanted a good content creator, caster, sort of all-in-one combination, that I'd be a good fit. And so far it has been a good fit. I'm really glad to be here with Complexity. But casting, I do still all my YouTube stuff whenever I get a chance to, but I've also been doing The V every Friday night. That's a show match series that Complexity hosts. And recently I've also started casting for the IGN Pro League Season 2 qualifiers. I don't think I'm going to be casting the main event, but IGN actually hired me to do some marketing stuff for them soon. So in a couple of weeks I'll be moving to San Francisco and starting some non-casting work for them. So that'll be pretty exciting.
Oh wow, I'm really excited to hear that. I'm a big fan of your work and the interviews and the content that you put out for Dallas, and I'm really excited to see you back here. And since I'm gonna link your stuff, from my video, can you just throw out some names of some of the people that you've interviewed, so people watching have an idea of what they can find over on your channel for Columbus coverage?
Okay. Well, the first day I was just kind of trying to keep it casual, not pulling people aside, really. I'm fortunate enough to have a media pass, so I got into the player area the first day and just got some quick thoughts from people like VT Gaming's Future and Spades and Poke Bunny, and then I also found Morrow and Thorzane. I asked them, I'm sure you guys have been interviewed a dozen times already, but would you mind saying a few words? And no one had interviewed them at all yet, so I was pretty fortunate just to get their initial thoughts on being here at MLG. That was during the warm-up phase, so no one had even played any games yet, so I was kind of hearing their predictions, what they thought about the Koreans coming over, stuff like that. So those are the big ones, aside from all the Complexity guys, like Rise, Stalife, Cruncher, RSVP, and FireZerg. I've got a lot of content from those guys, obviously, because that's what Complexity sent me here to do. So not only on AskJoshy, but you can go to youtube.com/ComplexityInsider, and that's where actually the bulk of my MLG coverage goes, because that's what I'm here to do, is provide them some coverage as well.
All right, excellent. Well, I'm really glad to see you out here again, and I just wanted to ask this because I also like the way that we're all out here for StarCraft, and the fact that you look at anybody out here, whether it's someone who's doing event coverage or someone who's a coach, a manager, a caster, and we're all connected by the sort of same game. So can I ask what race you play?
I actually play as many random games as I can. I actually have not played a 1v1 since release day. 1v1 is just kind of too stressful for me, and I don't have enough time. I want to be really good, and I was sort of competitive in Warcraft 3, but casting and all this other content creation takes so much time that if I know I can't dedicate the time enough to get really good at the game, I don't even want to mess with it. So 1v1 I try to avoid. I do play a lot of team games and stuff still. I switch around a lot depending on, do I want to 6-pool this game or build Void Rays or Mass Thors? I don't know. I just I play whatever I'm in the mood for. I don't really have one race. I will say I favor Terran just because I have the Collector's Edition, and I like the Collector's Edition Thors.
Yeah, those Thors are really nice to show off. I like watching TLO's stream when he streams, because he also has the Collector's Edition Thors, and it's good to see someone else playing all the races. I play random too, so high five there, man. You have any shout-outs or thank yous or anything you want to say to anybody out there watching?
Obviously, I'd like to thank Complexity Gaming for being nice enough to send me out to all these events. I'll be going to every MLG this year with them. I'd also like to thank IGN.com for letting me cast the qualifiers for their second season of the IGN Pro League, and of course for hiring me for a real job too in a couple of weeks. So IGN, Complexity, and thanks to everybody who's watching this interview, everyone who watches casts on YouTube. You're my bread and butter, so youtube.com/AskJoshy. Thanks for watching, and hope you guys have a great time watching the videos here. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Joshy, and hopefully I can catch you in Anaheim.
Yeah, no